Welcome to Quick Movie Recap. The movie Special 26 narrates the tale of a man who serves as a member of the Central Bureau of Investigation, CBI. He reached out to a police official and requested for a team of 4 male police officers and 1 female officer to assist with a targeted raid on a minister. As their objective was not ordinary, Sharma, the assigned leader of the raid, appeared anxious. Ajay volunteered to take over as the leader, but Sharma declined his offer. Subsequently, the police officer, Ranveer, quickly assembled a team consisting of 4 male officers and a female officer named Shanti for the raid. They rendezvoused with Sharma and his team at the designated location. Once they had confirmed and verified the warrant, they swiftly proceeded to the target's residence. Upon arrival at the minister's abode, they initiated a thorough search of the premises. In an attempt to prevent any external communication, the telephone lines had been disconnected. They discovered a significant amount of illicit money concealed in numerous locations, including cabinets, shelves, ceilings, car seats, and even within the prayer area. Alongside the money, they also seized all of the accumulated jewelry alongside the hoarded cash. As the search came to a close, the minister made an offer to bribe Sharma, but his proposal was firmly declined. In response, Sharma struck him with force and warned him to caution other corrupt officials about their presence. Subsequently, Sharma instructed the police to keep watch over the minister's residence until the officer who filed the first information report arrived. As this was Ranveer's first mission, Sharma commended him for his exceptional performance. Shortly after Sharma and Ajay departed, Ranveer noticed no indication of anyone's arrival. It dawned on him that Sharma and his team were not authentic members of the CBI, but rather a group of swindlers. Nonetheless, their technique was efficient and well executed. After finishing their job, they changed their clothes and went home separately. Ranveer later realized he had made a mistake and told the minister. The next day, the criminals looked in the newspaper to see if they had been caught, but the minister didn't tell the police because he had lots of money from being corrupt. So, they continued to do fake raids without getting caught. The group had 4 members who were from different areas. Sharma was an important member of the group, and he was getting ready for his daughter's wedding. The group planned to do another job after the wedding. Ajay had a crush on a woman named Priya who lived nearby. Ajay visited Priya to inform her that he had another job to do. Priya appeared anxious upon hearing this news. She was aware that Ajay engaged in fraudulent activities for a living and feared that he might get caught someday. Meanwhile, the police chief questioned the minister about his decision not to report the incident that had taken place at his residence to the police for further investigation. The minister replied that he had already lost everything and did not want the incident to be publicized in the media. On the other hand, Ranveer and Shanti were released from duty due to negligence while the police department carried out an investigation. That same day, a CBI agent named Wasim received a report that the target they had been searching for had been located. The next day, Ranveer brought files to the CBI office that contained information about the fraudsters who had humiliated him. Wasim, a CBI agent, questioned the CBI's competence, but the CBI leader explained that Ranveer was a police officer who had helped in a raid and had found 13 similar cases in the last 2 years. The CBI believed that the fraudsters were former CBI members and that they couldn't let them damage the CBI's reputation. The victims of these fraudsters never reported them, which ensured that they never got caught. The head of CBI said that the fraudsters targeted businessmen and politicians who received bribes, which made the victims not want to report the incidents to the police. Wasim was instructed to put a stop to this, and he got Ranveer's account of the case. Ranveer explained everything that happened, including being left behind by the fake CBI agents at the minister's house. Wasim thought someone instructed Ranveer to investigate, but Ranveer confessed to his mistakes. He asked for CBI's help but they refused, so he teamed up with Wasim to solve the case. The fraudsters, Ajay and his group, went to Calcutta for a new mission to rob a businessman but were surprised to find real CBI members there. Ajay pretended to be from the income tax department, but they entered the wrong house. After locating the right house, they cut off the phone cables and started searching for the money. Finding it was difficult until Ajay asked Iqbal to check the paintings of the gods on the wall. He thought there might be money hidden behind the paintings, and he was right. They found piles of money falling from behind the paintings, and Ajay also discovered a secret room in a cabinet that led to a big safe where a lot of money and jewelry were kept. Sharma was worried about getting out of there with all the goods without drawing attention, but Ajay had an idea. He asked for help from the CBI member they had met earlier so that the police who were with him could help bring the confiscated goods to the car. They agreed to help, and the mission went perfectly. Back at headquarters, they changed clothes and took all the money and jewelry they had acquired. That night, Wasim received a call from the media asking about the raid, so he decided to publish the story in the newspaper to make the criminals nervous. After many days of checking data from the police, Ranveer finally found a profile that matched the data, which was Sharma's. Sharma felt a little worried when he saw the news in the newspaper, and Ajay remembered that Sharma had once asked to do something big and then retired to commit fraud. Sharma asked them to prepare for their last, hard mission, promising a huge payout. He wondered if it was the right time to do it. After the news about the CBI and the fake tax officer, Ajay convinced his friend that it was the right time to finish everything. Later, Ajay met Priya at school. After Wasim got Sharma's address, he sent an agent to Sharma's home disguised as a telecommunications handyman. The agent was tasked with tapping Sharma's phone. He told Sharma that someone from his house had complained about phone issues, and Sharma trusted him enough to show him the phone. The agent pretended to dust the phone while secretly installing a bug. Before his final mission, Ajay spent time with Priya. She asked when he would come back, but Ajay told her he might never return since the police were probably looking for him. He promised to meet her on Thursday at the airport at 4 p.m. From the beginning, they planned to escape together, but Priya worried that something bad might happen to Ajay during his last mission. Although she feared that Ajay might be caught, he assured her to trust him. Later that evening, Ajay called Sharma after arriving at his hotel in Bombay. Sharma informed him that they would meet with Joginder and Iqbal at Delhi airport. Sharma understood that Ajay was not excited about their final mission, so he tried to cheer him up by saying that they could enjoy their lives after it was over. Meanwhile, the CBI planted a bug on Sharma's phone and located Ajay. Wasim instructed his agent to follow Sharma, who knew the plan of Ajay and his friend's mission. An officer named Solanki was then asked to gather information about Ajay from the Bombay office. The next day, Ajay went to a printing shop to make a stamp and visited the newspaper's head office to publish a job advertisement. Meanwhile, Sharma, Joginder, and Iqbal traveled to Bombay to meet with Ajay. CBI agents observed Ajay leaving the newspaper office and entering the police station to gather information. Ranveer, Wasim, and another CBI agent were also on their way to Bombay to meet with their colleagues. Once they arrived, they shared the reports they gathered from following Ajay and Sharma all day. Ajay informed them of the recruitment he made in the newspaper to find 50 people to apply for intelligence and security officers. The selection would take place in the hotel where they were staying. Sharma was surprised at the scale of Ajay's plan, but Ajay explained that this last mission required a large number of people to accomplish. The target was a big jewelry store in the opera theater. Sharma, Joginder, and Iqbal were initially shocked but ultimately supportive of Ajay's plan. Meanwhile, Wasim asked Solanki to set up a base near the hotel where Ajay was staying and to find 11 or 12 smart individuals to join the recruitment Ajay had initiated. Many people applied for the recruitment, and Ajay and Sharma were responsible for interviewing the applicants while Joginder and Iqbal handled the organization. The interviews and selection announcements were made on the same day, and ultimately, 26 people were chosen, including 2 of Wasim's agents. The next day, the participants were to attend a 2-hour training session, followed by a practical exam where they would participate in a CBI raid. Unbeknownst to everyone, they were actually a group of artists to play CBI role. After the selection process, Ajay and his team created fake IDs for those who had passed, and they all went to their respective rooms. Later that evening, Sharma was visited by Wasim, who introduced himself as a real CBI agent and gave Sharma a choice to cooperate or be tortured. Wasim then asked about the planned raid, and Sharma revealed that the target was a jewelry store at 3 p.m. Wasim then asked about the meaning of Special 26. Sharma informed Wasim that their target was a large location, and having more people would be beneficial for the plan. The entire operation was scheduled for the following day, and a bus would arrive at the hotel at 2:30 p.m. to transport everyone to the site for a massive raid. They planned to loot the store within 30 minutes and escape before anyone could catch them. Sharma also shared that Ajay's background was in the CBI, but he failed the interview exam and resorted to forming the fake CBI team. He mentioned that they had already conducted around 50 such raids with the help of people like Ranveer. Wasim instructed Sharma to stick to the plan and not to make any mistakes as 2 of his envoys were among the Special 26 team members. Sharma laughed at this, recalling Ajay's statement that no one in the world could catch him. After leaving Sharma's room, Wasim accidentally bumped into Ajay and struck up a conversation. Ajay introduced himself as Wardan, an import-export sector worker. When Ajay was about to leave, Wasim intentionally dropped some money and asked if it belonged to him. Ajay accepted the money from Wasim, which made him more eager to catch him himself. The following day, Wasim informed the jewelry store owner about the planned fake CBI team raid at 3 p.m. and asked for a safe location to store the jewelry. The jewelry was then moved to the workshop and replaced with fakes. Despite knowing the targets, Wasim couldn't arrest them without evidence, which was why they had to carry out the plan. The jewelry store was closed, snipers were positioned, and agents were placed around the shop. After 1 hour, the jewelry was successfully moved, and the training conducted by Ajay was finished. They then had lunch and carried out their actions. At 2:30 p.m., the bus arrived to pick everyone up, with Sharma on the bus, and Ajay with Joginder and Iqbal in a car. Wasim instructed everyone at the store to remain in place until he gave the signal. Sharma left the bus to pretend to check the warrant at the police station but was picked up by Ranveer and Shanti. They arrived at the jewelry store, but Sharma had ordered everyone to remain on the bus, waiting for his return. On the contrary, Ajay, Sharma, Joginder, Iqbal, Ranveer, and Shanti had already arrived at the jewelry workshop. They detained everyone inside, disconnected the phones, and took all the jewelry with them. Meanwhile, Wasim was still patiently waiting for any movement from the bus. A few moments later, Ajay's mission was completed, and they successfully took away all the jewelry from the workshop and left the building empty. Then they divided the loot among themselves. Feeling that he had waited long enough, Wasim approached the bus and called out to someone inside. The person answered, claiming to be from the CBI and waiting for the boss to arrive before starting the raid. Wasim was confused and asked why they were still waiting and not doing their job. Suddenly, Solanki arrived and informed Wasim that a group of people claiming to be from the CBI had already raided the workshop, and all the phones were disconnected. Wasim realized that he had been played by Ranveer. The person he trusted turned out to be working with Ajay. Wasim laughed, realizing how foolish he and his team were to have been so easily deceived. The team that was known as Special 26 had been nothing more than a toy for Ajay to play with. By the time Wasim realized this, Ajay had already left for the airport, keeping his promise to Priya. A few weeks later, Wasim received a letter from Lakshmipur containing a letter and 100 rupees from Ajay. In the letter, Ajay returned Wasim's money, saying that he did not want the money that Wasim had earned and that it was of no use to him. The CBI was never able to capture Ajay and his friends. Movie ends here. Thanks for watching.